Let's go. Now is the time to attack.
Friends and lovers, welcome to the Jimpressions for Dynasty Warriors 9, this time in hard mode. You see, for some reason, there are some defenders of this game. And those defenders thought they'd tell me, Jim Sterling, a lifelong Dynasty Warriors player, how to play a Dynasty Warriors game. And they seemed to blame all of my criticisms on the fact that I was playing on normal mode, which is how I start out playing every single Dynasty Warriors game until I get weapon upgrades. Apparently that was the problem. That was why I didn't like the game, was because I was playing it on normal mode. The default mode. The mode people are expected to play it on. But anyway, I've bumped it up to hard mode, and do you know, it didn't make a fucking difference. Now, I more or less said that in the comments of the last video. I even uploaded a little Twitter video showing how the hunting, as you can see here, how the hunting is so vastly improved. The AI of those tigers and those deer are off the fucking charts now, sunshine. But no, seriously, it's still utter garbage. And you don't really need another video to prove that. I mean, the footage we had last time spoke for itself. I didn't even need to fucking bring it up. I didn't need to talk. I could have just uploaded the footage without my lovely voice, and you could have just seen this shit. This really is like Life of Black Tiger, the sequel. This time, he's orange. But as you can see, tigers are still just embedded in things. Nothing in the game seems to be quite solid. Tiger, a powerful enemy, has been... at least now I'm not so outraged by how awful this game is that I can laugh again. I've learned to laugh again. But for those who felt that me playing on normal mode was the problem, all this footage is captured in hard mode, so no worries there. And as you can see, it's basically the same fucking game. For some reason, playing it in hard mode didn't make the game not look like a, PS3, if we're being generous, generation game. It didn't make the walls any harder to scale with a grappling hook. It didn't stop the open world from being just a single Dynasty Warriors map, stretched so taut there wasn't enough gameplay to fill it. All it's really done is made the enemies take longer to kill, and made them a bit more annoying to kill, because obviously, they block a bit more and they're a bit more aggressive. But that doesn't really address any of the criticisms I had. All it's done is made it longer and more annoying, which, as it turns out, hasn't actually improved my opinion. Making the game more annoying to play hasn't made me like it more. Folks, tell me a fucking Dynasty Warriors. One of the few people in the industry who ever went to bat for this fucking series. And you're telling me how to fucking play it. I don't think so, matey boy. I don't fucking think so. Anyway, we're fighting Yo Ying, who is just fighting with some fucking spear, who gives a shit. And we're playing with Wang Yi again. A series favourite ever since she was introduced. And used to fight with these awesome Sai daggers. But she just gets hoops, like Sun Shangjiang. Yeah, that was that. But keep watching, because there's still plenty of glitches and bullshit to look at. I honestly cannot believe this is a game. I can't believe this is a Dynasty. I mean, I can, because Tecmo is capable of any lazy fucking shite. That's probably a bit too hyperbolic, but I mean, I am still in a state of somewhat shock. Oh, here's a good bit. So I got caught in an attack animation, and that's just how that happened. I had to get hit to be caught out of that. I guess I was stun-locked by a building. Welcome to Dynasty Warriors 9. And as you can see, I'm playing with Wang Yi. I've not got any Zhang He footage in here. So this isn't just about what they did to Zhang He, even though I really am pissed off at what they did to him. It's more than just that one personal thing. I mean, like I said last time, almost anybody with a unique, interesting weapon got fucked. Which, of course, Tecmo Koei put down to realism. And here I am with my poisoned hoops that I can throw and they come back to me, fighting against a man with a feather fan who can make lightning happen. Realism, folks. Fucking realism. But anyway, that was that. As you can see, it's pretty much exactly the same as the last video, but a little bit harder. And when I say a little bit harder, it's just the enemies are a bit more annoying. We managed to push him through a fence that was far too thin for him to go through, but we can grapple over that. It's not much of an issue. So we can keep fighting Shamok. That's how I used to call him when I used to play this game back when it was good. I remember when I was a kid, I played Dynasty Warriors 3. You know, people often ask me what's my favourite Dynasty Warriors in a... Goodbye! Goodbye, Liuba. Bye! Bye-bye! Bye-bye! People often ask me what my favourite one was. And Dynasty Warriors 3, it's tough for me to say that it isn't my favourite, just because it was my introduction. I went back and played Dynasty Warriors 2, but Dynasty Warriors 3 was my introduction, as it was to a lot of people, and it had the best Zhong He in it, back when he was called Zhang He. Just the campest... Like, the voice acting back then was shit, like it's shit in this one. Except instead of being boring, it had this bad kung fu dub vibe. Please enjoy the horse just fucking about. I didn't stick it on auto run this time. I decided instead to, you know, directly control it, because that way it doesn't just run into walls and stay there. Here I am hunting some wolves. Just to be fair, I decided, you know, not to go at them with a bow and arrow from a distance, so you can actually see some up-close, visceral hunting. And yeah, not very good, is it? Hard mode hasn't improved that, has it? Fucking... I mean, just the squirming being done to try and defend what does not deserve defending. I mean, a lot of people said that they were surprised this wasn't like some asset flipper on Steam, like some direct, like Steam Direct upload that was trying to rip off Dynasty Warriors, and that sounds hyperbolic, but if I'm quite honest with you, I fucking agree. And the funny thing is, I think I was trying to make this point earlier, but I didn't get around to it just because so much utter bullshit happens in this game that I have to comment on it as I see it again. Like, I thought I was done with that first video, but it does turn out that I can just bash Dynasty Warriors 9 all fucking day long. So give me an excuse and I'll take it. So in that regard, I do thank some of Dynasty Warriors 9's defenders, one of which I had to restrict posting privileges on my YouTube comment section, because as he was losing ground in the argument, he just started throwing slurish insults around. And on my channel, I don't give a fuck what you think about that. That's just not on. I won't have that. So he had to go because he was losing his patience. But I do thank him and the other person who was very patronisingly telling me, Jim Sterling, how to play a Dynasty Warriors game. And we're more or less just saying it's your fault for playing the game wrong. I'd like to thank them for giving me another excuse to bash Dynasty Warriors 9, this time on hard mode. And as you can see, it's incredibly challenging. It's not. I mean, I'll be perfectly frank with you. Playing on hard mode, I did die, like, a couple times, but that is just because, as with other Dynasty Warriors games, the aggression is bumped up just a little bit, but the real difficulty is that enemies just take and deal more damage. You know, they just bump up the jam. Sorry. That was a terrible... Not even a joke. But then, that's a good way to deal with Dynasty Warriors, is to tell jokes that aren't even jokes. Another thing I didn't point out last time is sometimes the lock-on just turns itself off. You could be locked onto an enemy and it will just go away. What else happens? Sometimes if you're on horseback, you go into the water, your character hasn't touched the water, but their entire body just goes from dry to soaking wet in an instant. No transitory animation and nothing like that. That's true of a lot of things. There are no animations in between different states for characters and stuff. I mean, you've seen it when I'm fighting tigers and everything. If I'm hitting them, it's like they teleport a couple of feet away. What else is there? There's so much wrong I could point out. I think I talked last time about the how sometimes those triangle prompts don't work. Sometimes wolves don't work. You know, they were pretty aggressive last time, but these ones just don't seem bothered, do they? They're just kind of standing around. I think the hunting is my favourite thing to rag on, just because it's one of the few things in the quote-unquote open world that exist to try and justify the game being quote-unquote open world, and it's just so shit. Hunting animals is just so fucking shit that it couldn't justify the prosecution of a war criminal, let alone the open world of Dynasty Warriors 9. One thing I failed to note in the last video is that Dynasty Warriors 9 has a Season Pass! Hooray! Yep, a Season Pass, and one of the promised advantages of this Season Pass is Weapon Pack! Yeah, you get weapon packs. So, as I suspected, there is a chance that the unique weapons that were ripped out of this game are going to be put back in via DLC. I say there's a good chance. It's Tecmo Koei. It's almost assured that we'll either be seeing the claws back in the Season Pass or as part of a, Empires or Extreme Legends expansion, something like that. And as I said last time, the moment I see that the claws were taken out, or indeed any of the unique weapons were taken out, just to give back to us, there will be hell to fucking pay. Here's the Battle of Mount Dingjun. Many will remember this as quite an epic stage in the Dynasty Warriors series. Here it is, like everything else in the fucking game, just a big flat space where the enemies you've got to kill are signposted immediately, so there's no reason to give a shit about anything. Also, Guo Hai sounds like Mr. Burns now, so there's something fun for you all to enjoy. Not even Mr. Burns in a funny bad way. Again, I can't emphasise enough that, except for a few exceptions, I should have said save for a few exceptions, would have been better English instead of saying accept and then exceptions, but whatever. Save for a few exceptions, the voice acting is more just boring and dull and miscast. From what little I've heard of Zhou Yu so far, he sounds like a better candidate to have played Zhang He than the person playing Zhang He, but I'm not going to keep talking about what they did to Zhang He, because there's just so much more that's wrong with this game. And one thing I do want to utterly reject is this notion, this ludicrous notion, that Dynasty Warriors 9 is ambitious. I'm sick of seeing people talk about, well, it's ambitious. They tried to push the boat out. There's nothing ambitious about chasing a trend years too late and not even half-arsing it, quarter-arsing it at best. There's no ambition here. There's nothing brave or innovative about dumbing down your combat system even more than it used to be, stretching one map out so fucking wide that you're spreading a tiny piece of gameplay butter on massive, like, thousands of square miles of toast. There's nothing bold about going open world in an industry where open world games has become so fucking, just such a fucking boring topic. That a lot of us, myself included, are kind of begging to have some decent linear games back. Not all of this open world tosh full of repetitive busy work. I didn't even tell you about, like, the requests in this game. as well as the storyline missions, there are, like, just completely optional subquests, which, like in any half-cocked open-world game, is just fucking the same bits of busy work over and over again. It's like, oh, will you help this peasant? Go out here, you know, ride a couple 100 miles and go and kill some tigers, or go and kill some bandits, or some, what was it, the soldier that betrayed, or something like that, the unit that betrayed. That's all it is. It's picking up a request, riding forever to get to it, to the target, killing the target, and riding all the way back for a reward. Or indeed fast travelling somewhere where the target will be right fucking in front of you. It just undermines the entire gameplay of Dynasty Warriors. And I know some people have suggested that my... oh, there's Mr. Burns again. I know some people have suggested that my criticisms could have been applied to all the other games, where I've said that you can just ride up and kill the main person. But that's really... it's not true. It's not fucking true. What I'm saying is not applicable to the other games, because in the other games you'd start, we're not going to count like the Empires games and stuff like that. We're going to talk about main entries. In the other previous games, you would start a stage in your allied camp, you know, one side of the map, with the enemy camp, with the, you know, the main person you got to kill, all the way over there somewhere, you know, all the way at the far end of the map. And so you felt like you were fighting your way there. Yeah, you could have, like, ignored all the people, but enemy soldiers were placed in a way that it kind of encouraged you to want to fight, to stay and fight and sort of hack and slash your way there, rather than just ride to the person. Here, with such a flat open space, with no corridors, with no alternate routes, with just space. There's none of the... oh, there's another fucking ball and chain. The balls and... like I said, it gets to a comical point when it zooms in on another officer, and they've got another ball on a fucking chain. Or a hook, indeed, which I know is called like a Katamari Damacy, but I keep forgetting the pronunciation of it, so I'm not going to say it. I'm just going to call it a hook on a chain, or a ball on a chain like this one, which, ball on a chain, meteor hammer. I do believe that's what they're actually called. But yeah, so many of these fucking enemies, and, well, I say enemies, so many of the characters have them, that it is almost a fucking running joke. But anyway, you were encouraged to stand and fight because of the way the map was designed. Here, there's no map design, because it's gone all open world, and it's the laziest take on an open world imaginable. It's, you know, the most bargain basement, bare bones idea of what an open world is. It's why I keep putting open world in quotes when I talk about Dynasty Warriors 9's open world, because I don't consider it an open world. I don't consider something like this to... well, I'll just say what I just said. I don't consider it to be an open world. I remember when her shield and sword was unique, but you do see other people with it now. Uniqueness is just not in this game. Even those few characters that might have something unique in their weaponry, like I said, considering everyone's got a launch attack, a stun attack, a down attack, and a special attack, plus obviously their missile attack. While the animations might be different, they're all playing the same fucking way. It's not cloning that's an issue in this one, it's just pure homogenization. Which again, where's the ambition? Where is the ambition in a game where they haven't tried to improve the visuals? And I'm not someone who puts, you know, I don't consider graphics particularly important, but Tecmo Co is taking the fucking piss. They're taking the fucking piss with something that looks this awful. This awful. And you could say the trade-off is an open world, but no, it's not. This dull, washed-out, dreary, open plain full of copy-pasted assets and lacking gameplay is not a trade-off for everything that's missing from this piece of shit game. And I know some of the other people that have had issue with my criticism have been like, oh, he's upset because the game isn't what he wanted it to be. You're right. I wanted it to be a Dynasty Warriors game. I don't know what the shit this is, but this isn't a Dynasty Warriors game. As I said in the other video, it doesn't feel like one. It, well, sort of looks like one, but it doesn't play like one. And I understand that a series shouldn't stagnate. I have been asking for a long time for Dynasty Warriors to, you know, freshen itself up in some way. But you don't freshen yourself up by just copying what everyone else is doing and applying it as weakly and lazily and slapdashily as possible to your own formula and try and make the two things work together when they're not really destined to work well together. At least if you're not going to put in significant effort to make it work. And that's what this game needed, significant effort. I was talking to a friend of mine about the grappling hook that you just saw there. Like, you know, in other open world games, like these life comfort things, you know, they make you earn them. Like, what if the grappling hook took a long time to use or could only scale certain walls, and you had to unlock certain things to make the grappling hook better, to improve the grappling hook. Here, no, none of that. That's too much effort. That's too much gameplay. Can't have any of that. Heaven for fucking bid. Yeah, I am annoyed that it's not what I wanted it to be, because I wanted to play a Dynasty Warriors game, and I'm so sorry. I apologise so much that I wanted to play a Dynasty Warriors game and didn't get one. And that's apparently my fucking fault. But, in case you couldn't tell, all that was sarcasm, I'm not actually fucking sorry. There are ways that this game series could be improved. By now, they really should have been able to make large-scale battles feel like large-scale battles, and the open world has somehow made that even less the case than before, because at least in a more linear map, or you know, a tightly designed map, you can create the illusion that you're in one small part of a much bigger battle, whereas here, it just feels like the battles are one small part of a big blank slate of... Oh, there's Mr. Burns again. One big blank slate of a world. And that's not what I wanted. I didn't get what I wanted, and I'll freely admit that, but I don't think this is what anybody should want. I don't think anybody who wants to play a good game should want this sort of awful, dreadful, embarrassing shit. I mean, that's what gets me about Tecmo Koei shoving their fucking little copyright logo in the captured footage. Still got the black borders around the game, by the way. That's just how it is on my TV. This is embarrassing. Look at me trying to chase the fucking horse. You press a button to summon the horse and call it. You think Roach in The Witcher 3 is bad. You play this, and you soon think that Roach is the best in-game horse that you've ever fucking ridden. But, again, just the idea that this is ambitious, and that its faults should be forgiven because of that. And the idea that an open world can... Oh! Have a look at this. Just to really hammer home the fact that this looks and feels like a game that you'd find on Steam Direct, like a really shitty asset flip. There we go. And there's just me shaking my head in disgust. Just waiting for the horse to come back. There we go. We're going to wrap things up, but suffice to say, playing on hard mode didn't address any of my criticisms. It just made me even more annoyed at the game. After I captured this footage, I went on Warframe, got the Venka weapons and the Butterfly Siandana, and just turned my character into Zhang He. So I'm having a much better time with that. This game can now officially go fuck itself, and if this is what Dynasty Warriors is from now on, I'm done. I'm out. Until they actually make Dynasty Warriors again, Dynasty Warriors can go fuck itself. Piece of fucking shit.
The morale of the Shu forces appears high. We must exercise due caution here. General Xiahou Yuan.